XRP has always been more than just a coin. It was built to move value across the world at lightning speed, with low cost and high efficiency. But what happens if XRP doesn't just move money for a few banks or a few remittances, but actually begins to carry slices of the global financial system itself? To answer that, all we need to do is look at the math. There are about 54 billion XRP in circulation. Think of them as 54 billion tickets. Every time money flows across the ledger, those tickets share in the value. The bigger the money flowing through, the higher the worth of each ticket. Now imagine the first pool of money, physical cash. All the bills and coins in the world add up to about $8 trillion. If XRP carried just 1% of that flow, about $80 billion, and we divide it by the supply, each XRP would be worth around $1.48. That's already above where we stand today, just from a single percent of the cash in circulation. But the ocean of money is bigger than cash. Add in checking accounts, debit cards, and savings deposits, and the number jumps to $95 trillion. This is where things get interesting. If XRP carried just 1% of that, the value comes out to about $17.60 per XRP. At 5%, it's about $88. At 10%, nearly $176 for every single token. The numbers begin to climb quickly because in a world of trillions, even small percentages equal massive outcomes. Now step back and look at the full picture. Global wealth. All the stocks, bonds, real estate, land, savings, and investments put together are estimated at about $500 trillion. Imagine XRP becoming the bridge for just 1% of that. That's $5 trillion flowing through a supply of 54 billion tokens, and suddenly each XRP is worth about $92. At 5%, the price rises to $463. At 10%, nearly $926 per XRP. These aren't predictions pulled out of thin air. They're simple division, the size of the pie divided by the limited number of tickets. XRP doesn't need to capture the entire ocean of money. It only needs to serve as the bridge for a slice of it. And when the slice is measured in trillions, even 1% is world-changing. Think of it personally. If you held just 1,000 XRP and the system captured 1% of global savings, your holdings would be worth over $17,000. At 5%, that same 1,000 XRP would be $88,000. At 10%, $176,000. Now multiply that by 10 if you held 10,000 XRP, and you see how quickly the math becomes life-changing. The real takeaway is this. XRP doesn't need to be the only system. It doesn't need to take over the entire financial world. It just needs to provide the rails for a portion of the trillions that already move every day. Cash, savings, investments, remittances, central bank money. All of it flows somewhere. And XRP was built to be the bridge asset. When limited supply meets massive demand, math takes over. So the next time someone says XRP can't move higher, remember this story. Remember the ocean of money, the tickets of supply, and the slices of value that could flow through it. In a world of trillions, even the smallest percentages change everything. Please like and subscribe to LTL Productions. It helps more than you know and keeps us bringing you these deep dives into the future of money.